Hello, this is what came through for August 26, 2026. So, I could not sleep last night. I woke up around like 1 in the morning, was tossing and turning, and I just kept getting downloads about Dolly Parton, and I didn't plan on coming on and talking about anything with her and her passing, but they just kept coming and coming and coming and repeating and repeating. So I definitely feel compelled to just kind of put this message out there for sure. So just hang on with me, hear what I have to say came through for me, and take with it, what you will. It is extremely sad. It really is. She was such an influential person to, you know, generational decades of people, with her songs and her writing and her acting and just everything. And all of the things that she supported and the people she supported, she did incredible things and supported so many people, different types of people, different groups of people. She really was like an amazing person. There is no doubting that, because I want to lead with that first because I truly believe that as well. So, as I'm laying there and I'm getting these downloads, the first kind of things that come through are they bring me back to kind of early life with her. And when she kind of started to, come into fame, and like most celebrities, they are approached with an opportunity. And I will say, I think more so now, it's more understood what it entails and the things that you have to do to be a part of this group. I will not say their name because this always flags it on here. Starts with an I, the shadow, whatever you want to call it. And they when they approached her, it was very different back then. And they even brought me to like an example of kind of Oprah. I know she started, I think it was like 40 or something but it's been a little while. And even back then, a lot of them didn't fully know what they were signing on to or signing up for when they did this, right? They knew bits and pieces, but there's a lot that they didn't really know what they were signing over to do, to be a part of. And she was one of those. So she agreed to things, but all the while she wanted to keep true to herself and her soul. And I felt her soul, and it was so warm and beautiful and bright and light and giving, just like we see her as. That was a true form of hers. That was her through and through. So we see her doing all of these incredible things, and that was part of kind of her agreement is, I will do these things as as my career blossoms and I flourish and all of this and the success it brings me, but I want to do all of these good things. So I will do these other things that you want me to do, but I will do these good things because I need to know that I'm kind of doing the right thing, is how they kind of phrased it for me, is how she felt. Like, almost, I think she felt like it was kind of, it would cancel it out in a sense. I don't know all of the things, obviously, that she participated in on that darker side. But she truly believed that doing all of this good that she did would kind of cancel out all of these things that she agreed to. And then as I got deeper and deeper into things, she got too far into it, and there felt like no way out for her. So she kind of just kept on doing her thing, doing good, doing whatever she was doing behind the scenes, doing little, if there was any ritualistic things, she would kind of do them very casually, not like super, super in people's faces, and just kind of do almost like the bare minimum to get by of what she had signed up for. So as time went on, and this is only within the past few years, I was shown that she basically was starting to really fight it and having such guilt and remorse for the things that she did sign up for to do, and her soul she just couldn't take it anymore and didn't want to do it anymore. And she didn't want to be one to kind of come out and talk about it publicly. She didn't want to do that. She wanted to kind of take care of it herself and see if she can kind of reason with them and say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do good. I want to be this solely and fully, and I don't want to do these things that I signed up for so long ago that I just can't do it. And they did not like that. They don't do agreements like that. Once you're in, you're kind of in, and you do what they say, and that's kind of it. There's not really like a gray line with when it comes to them. And so these past like couple years, we see her, she comes on and says, I'm not feeling great, I'm going to the doctor, and then she comes back and she's like, I'm fine. I was kind of told that they were kind of setting us up for something to eventually happen, like show her going, to a doctor, make us think that maybe she's, getting sick and this, and, oh, she's getting older, so, she's starting to have some health issues. That's common, that's normal, that happens. It's so great to see her back out and that she's doing better and all these things. They were kind of training us and testing us and seeing how we would react and feel, and kind of training us to see like, okay, she's starting to get older, like open our minds to the fact that she might not be around for too much longer. So as she got to this past like year, I want to say, she was more adamant of like, I don't want to do this anymore. And so all the while they're having the where she comes out and talks about going to the doctor, at this point they have kind of placed her, the best way I can describe it, like kind of back here, right? They're kind of more in control at this point, but still allowing her to like be an active participant in her own body. But they're like, if you're not gonna do what we say, we're gonna like kind of start to do some things and take you kind of slowly out of things. And so they put her out there as like getting sick but then getting better and all of this, and kind of toying around with her. And she just kind of had it and was like, I'm not doing this anymore, I don't want any part of it. And basically they were like, well, okay then. And then we see this announcement come through. She was no longer willing to be a participant and kind of like a little pawn in all of their stuff. She was tired of it and done. And they don't really have, like I said, there's no gray line with them. And they saw her as like, oh, well, she is, getting older in age physically, so it won't be too out of the ordinary for her to pass away. And that will be that. People will be shocked and mourn her and all of this, and then they will move on and just think, well, she lived a beautiful life and she was getting older, and that's that. But I don't believe that's the case. I strongly feel, and I felt, that she had so much more to do, a longer life to live. She was going to be one of those women that lives to like 100, but she had it and she was done. And they didn't want to meet her in the middle. As I said, they don't do. And this is what happened. So I just wanted to kind of share an example of like, so celebrities don't always speak out about these types of things in these situations. There are situations that have happened, like one that had just happened with Hayden and some others, right? Michael Jackson, you think of others. And some are quiet about it and want to handle it themselves. But the end result is still the same. So I just want to keep us aware that this happens in this way, and not so much out there publicly where there's statements made and then actions come with that. Some things can happen quietly and behind the scenes.